And what you had said about catering to the Latino space, I I can tell you from firsthand experience because I just recently moved to Fort Worth from a teeny tiny town back in November, and I had never been to an event like that before in my life. And just walking in, and yes, the musicians, but also the vendors, everything was like Latin based, Latin owned, and really it gives you a sense of pride because even though we know that we're out here like that, it's very rare, especially in the Fort Worth space or just in the DFW space in general, that we can all culminate in a space where everyone else can see, yeah, we are out here like that. And so thank you for being a part of putting all of that together, because it was just, I gotta tell you, it was a really overwhelming feeling, man. It was really cool.
Oh man, thank you. And that means so much to me because like whenever I think about like all the struggles that my
Mm-hmm.
mom went through and then, losing her and then to fast forward to now, like even like so to kind of give you guys a background, at the beginning of the year, I was on Clubhouse a lot.
Hmm.
So I don't know if you guys are in Clubhouse.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah.
I started getting on Clubhouse a lot. And I almost was on there like a case study. And I would get in a lot of these rooms and they would talk about Latinos and Latinos Unidos and what Latino needs and all this stuff about like why aren't we on the forefront the way that we need to be?
Yeah.
And I'm not one of those guys that likes to focus on the problem. I focus on the solution.
Hmm.
And the truth is you can either be part of the problem or you can be part of the solution. Point blank. Period. There's no in between there. So I said, look, man, I took it as a personal challenge because I spent so many years getting out of the land space and just doing tours for people like, whether it was Nipsey Hussle, Jordan Lucas, Dave East,
Hmm.
A Boogie with the Hoodie, The Game,
Yep.
Ja Rule and Ashanti. I was in the urban space. Every Texas rapper you could think of, I was working with those guys. To this day, I was with Paul Wall yesterday, good friend of mine,
Yep.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I made an effort to go, man. If I do it in the land space, I never want to be looked at as someone that's only good for being in the land space. I've always wanted to be respected for my mind as music mind. But I always knew at some point or another I wanted to bring it back. It's kind of like, I don't know how much of you guys watch pro wrestling, but it was like The Rock. The
Yeah.
Rock left WWE, he left
Hmm.
pro wrestling, and then went and conquered Hollywood. And he said
Exactly.
when the time was right, I wanted to bring it back.
Hmm.
Well, I felt like it was time for me to bring it back. I made my name outside of the land space. I was able to prove that I could do it out of the land space. And now let me give back to the land space because now I have more resources to provide for the land space.
Mm.
And to your point, yeah, we had vendors, all kinds of vendors that, were for the most part majority land based. It's like we're the majority minority, and we have so much buying power. And I know that it's not that we don't show out or show it or prove it. It's just that we don't have enough mouthpieces and enough people articulating, hey, we're here. This is why we're what we are. And this is how we do what we do. And I feel that whether or not I'm the quote unquote ideal spokesperson, I feel like that's been something that this year has really brought for me is being able to own being that representation and being able to be on the Channel 8 News and talk, about this event in Fort Worth. You know what I mean? That like nobody's thinking about Fort Worth the way they're thinking about Dallas. And really, there's not this type of event anywhere in Texas or anywhere in the South region for that matter. So yeah, I mean, it was really cool, and it means a lot to me that you said that. So I'm glad that you took pride in it because I'm equally as proud of it.